Hello and welcome back RC pilots and aviation enthusiasts. Today we're going to be flying on a Boeing 737, not this one, from Brisbane up to Mackay. The aircraft we're flying on today is Yankee India Lima. It's a 12-year-old 737-800 that's been with Virgin Australia its entire life. Now, I was actually really fortunate on this trip that before my flight I was able to go up and see a 747. This was my first time ever seeing a 747, so that was pretty exciting, but enough of me yapping, we'll go ahead and jump into the flight.
605, runway, 19 right, cleared for takeoff.
Thanks to the conditions on this day and the fact that we were flying up to the north, our flight crew elected to take us off runway 19 right from the Tango 3 intersection. We also got the Big Sad 1 departure, giving us some incredible views of the city, and then up past Redcliffe before heading up the coast. On this flight I was lucky enough to get an exit row, which is really handy because I'm not short. In the seat back pocket, of course, you have the safety card that's mandatory, and it's not a bad one. It also came with a magazine with the food that you could have bought through the flight, which has quite a selection for a flight, but Virgin Australia is known for their wide selection. Back of the seat there was of course always a bath bag, and then also a little pocket for you to put your personal items, which had plenty of room for me personally for a water bottle and all my cameras. It itself has heaps of legroom, being an exit row, a little light down the bottom of the pointing at the exit. The handle of course to operate the exit, instructions on how to operate the exit with a light above it to illuminate the exit, which I assume would stay on in the event of emergency. And before we land, we're going to talk about something a little bit interesting. Why does this little airport have so many flights in a day? Well, that's because of one thing. It's a black substance called coal. What is coal? Well, it's fossilised things that burn really well. And Mackay has a lot of it just out between Nebo and Moranbah. Now, Nebo and Moranbah have airports, why don't they fly in there? Well, Moranbah is ridiculously expensive to fly into because the council decided that that was the price, and Nebo is a little tiny dirt strip that nothing can land on. Anyway, enough talking, let's land. Now, thanks to a breeze coming up from the south on this day, we took the R-Nerve into runway 14, which gave us beautiful views of the Pioneer River and the city as we came in onto final. Now Mackay, like many other regional airports in Australia, doesn't have any taxiways at the end of the runway, so we went ahead, turned around, backtracked up the runway, and allowed a Qantas E-Jet that had taxied back before us to take off.
And welcome to Mackay. Virgin Australia acknowledges the traditional owners of the land to which we fly, and pay our respects to elders past and present. The local time here is approaching 10:30, and we'll be heading east to Mackay ahead of schedule. For everyone's safety, please keep your seatbelt fastened and the island exit clear until the seatbelt sign is switched off. Remember to take care when you open the lockers and make sure you have everything before you leave. At this stage, we will be leaving through the forward and rear doors. If you are leaving through the rear door, you'll have stairs to go down, so please find your step as you exit, hold the handrail, and remain on the outside of the Mackay on the tarmac. If you're not comfortable with using stairs, just stay seated. I'll leave through the forward door when it's clear. As people will be refilling, smoking, vaping, or using a cigarette isn't allowed anywhere in the terminal or in the tarmac, and you can now take your devices off flight mode. But no, you cannot use them on the tarmac.
Hope you found this video interesting, entertaining, or maybe even learnt something. But for now, that's it. I'd like to thank you for watching, and I'll see you again next time.